Guys, Robert and Ingrid here. It's been a long time since we did one of these.
Yeah.
I'm at her house actually.
My parents' place. It's pretty nice.
Yep. At least this is the upstairs area where we're going to be doing dog in the background. We're going to be doing a throwback where we're going to be going over Collateral with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, a Michael Mann movie. It's been a while since we've done these. They aren't showing movies in the theaters right now. Well, unless you go to the drive-thru. We're not going to do that. But yeah, we're going to watch it. I've seen it already. She hasn't. And we're going to give our thoughts. I personally love it. I'm interested to see how you think. What do you think about it?
I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely been a while.
Definitely has. So we'll see you on the other side.
Hey, come on, I'll take it. I got 5 stops to make. What's your name?
Max.
Max. I'm Vincent. I'll meet you in the alley behind the building.
Oh no! What the hell? You killed him.
Red light, Max.
Hold on.
Man, you were gonna drive me around tonight and never be the wiser, but we're into plan B. Now we gotta make the best of it. Improvise, adapt to the environment. Whatever, man, we gotta roll with it.
You just met him once and you kill him like that?
But I should only kill people after I get to know them?
I'm not up for this.
What are you gonna do about it?
There's a man named Vincent.
I got another DOA.
He's already killed witnesses. He's coming to kill you.
Max! I do this for a living!
Rustling with my work. Gotta roll with it. Adapt.
Get your hands in the air!
That's funny, coming from you. Slow down!
Shoot me!
We just got done watching the movie. We got a little visitor here.
Ariana, my parents' cat.
Not Trouble, her cat. Trouble's being a little stubborn and won't come out, but we just got done watching the movie. You want to put it? Yeah. Yep. So, what did you think?
It was something really unique. I could sort of tell that there was a lot of work put into things, but seeing the behind the scenes stuff afterwards, it's like, wow, they really dotted all their I's and crossed all their T's.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen it, Collateral is about a hip man named Vincent, who's played by Tom Cruise, comes to LA and is with this cab driver named Max, played by Jamie Foxx, who, when we first meet him, he's just a guy.
Yep, he's just working this job in order to maybe do something better later, but right now it's just like, this is what pays the bills.
Yep, although when then Vincent asked, like, how long you been doing it? 12 years. Just like Vincent, you realize 12 years and you have these aspirations, you're not gonna get them. And we also have Jada Pinkett Smith as this attorney who, when we first see her, you just think like, oh, that's nice. Let's move the lights a little. Yep. Like, oh, she's nice. Kind of as the thing with Max. And then we don't see her again for a long time. But throughout this whole, Vincent comes up, and what I love best is that he comes up to Max's cab. Max is then, completely like, I just met the girl of my dreams. I got, as Jamie Foxx said, like, I got wedding in my head, bells in my head. And then, Vincent's about to go to someone else, and Max's like, hey man, wait a minute, no, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. right in that moment, he just made a bad call. You know? Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, throughout it all, Vincent takes, bribes Max to drive him around as he goes and takes people out. Hold on. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Kind of a little noisy. But yeah, as I said, with Vincent, he's sent out to take out a bunch of people that are basically parts for a lawsuit against this cartel. They're witnesses, character witnesses, and the prosecutor. We'll get back to that person. But yeah, it's as basic of a plot as you can get of this guy, taxi cab driver being stuck with this hitman, but the acting, the directing, everything is what sells it.
It's kind of like that Pixar thing that, like, all ideas are bad until you work to make them good, and it's the execution that really sells this rather than the premise.
Yep, especially Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. They are both so good. Their interactions, like, Vincent is the type of guy you're trying to get into his head, but you really can't, because it's like, this guy a nice guy, later find out he did this before. Got a taxi cab driver, took him around, killed the guys, and then made the guy look like a suicide.
Yeah, it's just a case of a lot of questions, because at one point you're sort of seeing him help him, stand up to an asshole of a boss who's trying to exploit him, so you think that, oh, is he a good guy? Maybe he's a bit of a good guy, and then it's just like, nope, it just keeps playing around with your expectations.
Especially because you realize, no, he's just doing it because he doesn't want to get caught. Same way with going to Max's mom. It's like, yeah, is this your routine? Yeah. Well, if you break the routine, they're going to start asking questions. We don't want that. But then Max keeps on doing this stuff that's like he's trying to get out of it as best he can. Tries asking for help. Ends up getting a bunch of guys who take the briefcase, which actually is one of the best little action sequences. When Tom Cruise, no effects, no nothing, takes down 2 guys with 5 shots in 1.39 seconds. That was incredible, seeing that, wasn't it? Just like, boom, 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 and you're like, whoa, wait, what? I missed that, what?
It's just like blink and you'll miss it kind of moment.
Yep, and then you have other characters who, in the end, don't really amount to much, like the detective played by Mark Ruffalo, who in the end, it really didn't matter much about him being involved, but it helped get certain plots connected together. But even with him, again, he didn't matter that much in the end, but yet you still felt his presence. You know what I mean? It's like you needed that character there to connect certain dots, but in the end, he wasn't necessary. But Michael Mann made him necessary. And right down to the fact that Mark Ruffalo is like, I admit, he's a crack shot now. He never had a chance to use it. It was just all to make him know how to hold a gun. But as it goes on, you then get a point where Max tosses the suitcase that has Vincent's information and all that stuff, his list. And, we got a dog walking around here. If it starts barking, you'll know why. But he tosses it, and he then tells him, okay, we need to get a backup. Which leads to one of Jamie Foxx's best performances, when he has to go talk to the main cartel guy and basically convince him that he's Vincent. And good Lord, that scene was great, wasn't it? Once he starts channeling Vincent and all that, and then you're like, oh my God, he's actually mimicking Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and it's just like, hey,
Yep.
You can kind of start to see how this kind of stuff is going to end up biting him in the ass later in the movie, which definitely comes back around in glorious fashion.
Exactly. They set up little nuggets. Like, for example, you have Vincent criticize Max saying, you're in a routine. You're constantly in a routine. When you're in a routine, you end up making mistakes. But Vincent himself is in a routine of how he takes down people. He always 2 shots to the chest and then 1 in the head. Always. But then as eventually we get, after he takes out 4 guys, one of which was a great jazz singer who you felt bad when he got killed. You know what I mean? You actually feel like, oh, they're just chilling out for once. Vincent's true to his word, and nope, it's one of the guys he had to take out. And then even then it's like, if that spare me, I'll walk away as if I was gone. And even Vincent actually at least was respectful after he killed him. You know, grabbing his head and all that, keeping it from becoming worse. But then eventually we find out who the 5th person is. It's Jada Pinkett Smith's character, kind of contrived, but not really. And then it leads to a big action sequence. Beforehand, how eventually Max just gets enough of Vincent's shit and just crashes the taxi. That was great, wasn't it? It was just like,
Yeah.
you know what, Vince? Go fuck yourself. You're just like, wow. And then by the end, he goes, he saves the girl and brings down Vincent. And you think like, wait, how did he do that? There's a lot of factors. For one, Max gets a lucky shot and takes out Vince's ear. And again, just so much in here, but the action is great. The directions, all of it is great. I mean, I'm doing most of the talking here. Why don't you tell a bit more about what you saw?
I just thought that, yeah, it was definitely doesn't sound like the kind of thing on paper you would be too interested in watching, and it's just like, you know what, there's probably stuff in real life that's happened that's been weirder than this, and it's clear that all of the background work they went into doing all of the method acting for the various actors really sold it and really made that bring things to life.
Yep, especially Jamie Foxx. Him and Tom Cruise stole the show, but Jamie, especially when you hear from Jada Pinkett Smith how Jamie works, he observes you. He can figure you out and then utilize that, and he gets it from his stand-up. But even then, he still has some funny bits, like when Max is able to deduce the type of woman that Annie, Jada Pinkett Smith's character, is like, so, you're a lawyer. How'd you know? List it all off. And basically saying, like, people don't notice this stuff. Guy comes into my taxi with a sword, I figured he's a sushi chef. Stuff like that, because like, anyone else would be like, what the hell is that? In his case, he's just like,
seen it all before.
Exactly. And there were some other great bits, like in the beginning, the couple arguing. You have one of them saying, trying to tell the wife, like, hey, it's my boss and all that stuff. And eventually he's like, last I checked, I was sleeping with you. So unless you want to start fucking him, I'm just like, wow. You know what I mean? It's like jokes like that. You're just like, again, it's little things. But again, that's the thing I think works with so much of Michael Mann's movies. The nuances, the things you don't notice, and then you realize, wait, that's why I didn't notice it, because you're not supposed to notice it.
Yeah,
But
it's just like it's so good that you don't necessarily notice it.
Exactly, but it's not that type of, I didn't notice it because it was so bad, or now that I notice it's bad. No, it's more like, now that I notice it, that makes it better. That's why it's one of my favorite movies. After watching it behind the scenes and getting all the insights into it, and it being a great movie in and of itself, yeah, I cannot recommend this enough. Now, hopefully maybe you and I could do another review. Maybe not in person, we might stream it or something, who knows, but...
We'll try and figure out other ways to get you the movie reviewing content that you love.
Exactly. Now, at one point I suggested we do the Snyder Cut. Turns out that's not coming out till next year. Sorry. Oh well, but hey, this is a nice thing. I think we should be able to do other movies, maybe Disney Plus or something, or HBO Max.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep. So yeah, that's all we have to say. I recommend enough. If you can either buy it, rent it, stream it, do so. It'd be a great movie to watch during this quarantine stuff, provided it's still going on. Who knows whenever people are watching this. But yeah, if nothing else more to say, I'll catch you guys later.